Imagine the ocean's greatest detective work finally proving that killer whales are not all one kind. This is the story of how scientists in 2024 and 2025 combined DNA, behavior study, and sound recordings to show that orcas are not a single global species. For decades, we used one name for these black and white giants. New work changed that view. Genetic tests show deep splits between groups that rarely interbreed. Field teams found unique hunting methods and family customs passed down like lessons. Vocal studies revealed distinct dialects that work like family names. When you put those pieces together, the result is clear. Some orcas are so different in DNA, sound, and culture that they behave like separate species. To picture the difference, imagine two orca families living near each other but never mixing. One family hunts salmon in river mouths, waiting for fish jumps to ambush and capture them. Another family prefers seals and works ice edges, using coordinated wave-making to wash prey off floating ice. The first family sings a set of short clicks. The second family uses long, low calls, no other group copies. These traits are learned and passed down, not genetically forced in a single season. Over many generations, that cultural learning changes who mates with whom, and the DNA shifts too. That is how behavior and biology combine to split populations into distinct lineages. The research uses many tools. Genetic analysis identifies long-term separation by examining mitochondrial and nuclear markers. Behavioral studies mapped hunting moves learned by calves from parents and never adopted by neighboring pods. Acoustic studies produce spectrograms that show repeatable patterns unique to certain families. Together, the evidence shows clear, repeated differences across multiple lines of inquiry. When a group is distinct in genes, behavior, and dialect, many scientists treat it like a separate species for conservation purposes. Why this matters in the real world is simple. If we protect orcas as a single species, we risk losing tiny, specialized populations. A small coastal pod that relies on one fish type and one coastline is vulnerable if fisheries or shipping pressure reduces that food or habitat. Reclassifying certain orca groups lets managers craft protections that match each group's needs. That might mean shipping speed limits in key months, fishery rules that keep essential prey abundant, or quiet zones where pods communicate and teach young without sonar noise from ships. The story also expands our idea of culture in animals. Culture is not only human. When orca calves learn hunting methods from elders and pass them to their siblings, that knowledge becomes a cultural tradition that shapes survival and reproduction. Cultural behavior can accelerate evolutionary change because it changes what works and who survives. That insight helps scientists predict how animals might adapt to ocean change. There are practical steps that follow. Scientists recommend targeted monitoring of distinct pods, legal recognition for critically small populations, and local community engagement for sightings reporting. Communities near coasts can help by following guidelines, supporting slow speed zones, and favoring whale watching that keeps respectful distance. Governments can fund the science needed to map dialects and feeding hotspots. Finally, the discovery invites wonder. Imagine a world where each orca family sings a song no other family understands and has hunting tricks passed down like recipes. Each group is a voice in the ocean's chorus. Losing one is like removing an instrument. This research asks us to listen more closely, to protect specific voices, and to celebrate the wondrous variety of life beneath the waves. If you want the follow-up, subscribe and we will map the calls, the hunting moves, and the places that need protection most. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this exploration of the animal world. Let me know in the comments an animal fact that you find interesting. I love to learn new facts. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to explore even more hidden wonders of nature.